Here we go.
So, welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back, guys.
Episode 6.
Yeah, woohoo! 666.
If you're new here, don't say that. It's Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even think of that.
If you're new here, hi, I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
And this is our podcast. We're a podcast about just normal, everyday life. We speak about parenting, hacks, budget, saving, tips, travel.
Everything and anything.
Yeah. Anything kind of goes here.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and give us a follow.
Thank you to our followers already.
Thank you to our followers already.
Loyal following already.
And the ones that watch every week.
Yeah.
And, like, comment, give us feedback. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
What have we got this week?
Decluttering our house for the festive period.
So
Every year,
we like to have a good clear out, don't we?
Yeah, make the house feel empty to clutter it up with your decks.
Well, Halloween first. And I'm not actually really a lover of Halloween, to be honest.
But our bear is. Ted is.
But our
Ted
son is, so we have to like...
I like it, it's cool. The movies are good.
Yeah, Brad does like it. I'm all for Christmas. Like Brad says to me, Christmas can't start till after bonfire night.
Yep. Remember
So-
the 5th of November.
So the 6th of November, watch this space. The 6th of November will finally be Christmas in this household. And I love Christmas. So
One thing she hasn't thought about, though, is where the tree's going to go this year.
I have already.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. As long as you got that sorted.
Yeah, I have.
Sweet.
I'd like to have 2, ideally. Well, Teddy's going to have 1 in his playroom.
He's got 1 in his playroom. We got 1 for in here, and then we got an outside one, remember?
Oh, yeah, so excited.
Yeah, we got an outside one, so... You got 3 this year. There you go.
Okay, that's all right. And I'd still love a giant nutcracker.
Yeah. We're always giving budgeting tips and that. So if anyone sees a giant nutcracker, preferably 3 to 4 foot,
Yeah, like I'm looking for like
below £100,
a big one.
a big one. Because if we don't get the nutcracker, we're getting the singing Santa.
Yeah, we saw a giant deal. We saw actually. Let's just get the singing Santa.
All right.
We saw a ginormous singing Santa. It was like the size of me, and I'm like 5 foot in the range. And
It was pretty impressive.
It
There was
was
2 of them.
so
There was 2 of them,
cool.
weren't there? There was a chef,
a chef one.
Didn't quite like that one. I like the other one. The actual Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And people think, why are you going to spend that much money? We don't care.
Why not?
It's Christmas.
It's an investment.
You use it every year.
Yeah.
Oh, you only use it once a year. Who cares?
Yeah. It looks cool.
Don't mess with me and my Christmas. So decluttering your house.
Mm.
You might find that like when you know you've got to put more stuff in the house, if you're like us and you do have quite a few Christmas decks, or you even need to make space for your tree, then you're going to need a declutter. And you're going to need to declutter ready for the kids' toys. You're going to need to declutter a cupboard ready for the Halloween sweets. Like you're going to have some kind of clear out. So first of all, as Halloween's first, let's talk about decluttering for Halloween. Cupboards and just a few little bits here and
I
there.
wouldn't even say that's for Halloween. I'd say that's getting winter ready. A bit like when women are pregnant. It's a bit like nesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sort of wanna make your home feel that little bit more cozy, ready for the winter nights.
And just clear some stuff
Clear
out.
a load of crap out, yeah. You know all them £1 water guns and things like that you spent a couple of quid on it in the summer. Chuck it in your shed or chuck it out, like.
And they're just laying around.
They're just laying around.
So I'd say when you're doing your cupboards, have a clear out. This time of year is kind of good to do it because the food banks are taking loads.
Yeah.
So have a clear out and don't throw it away. Like give it to your local food bank because, around this time of year, people that don't normally struggle do struggle.
Yeah, not just food banks as well. Like one thing that I did think of was Nick's granddad lives in like
a supported living.
Yeah, assisted living sort of area. If you have a load of stuff that you're either just going to chuck out or if it's open and you don't want to donate it, cook it up, take your half an hour a day, cook it up, go and offer it round the old people's assisted livings. You know what I mean? Let's bring that. I'd love that community feel back.
Yeah, I mean, every year we like to do something good. So we like to either find, like, we go to London every year, so we like to find a homeless person, and we always buy them a hat, a cup of coffee, and give them some food. And if they smoke, then we'll give them a packet of fags.
Packet of fags, yeah, all the time.
We will.
Every year.
And
I only ever, sounds bad, but my rule of thumb is if they don't ask.
Yeah.
If they're genuinely
not,
down on their luck, and you could tell that they're down on their luck, then give. But we don't give to tell. You don't film yourself doing it. Don't go around bragging about it. Just do it. Just do it out of the kindness of your own heart.
And then we done a little bit of it last year, but Teddy, our son, didn't really realise. But we did go around Asda and do a little bit of shopping. And Asda, all supermarkets have it actually. They'll have a food basket.
Yeah.
So this year we'll do it again, but he'll have, his own trolley, and he'll be putting stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll be send it to the food basket, just because for us, like we say, this time of year is hard, and we have been around this time of year years ago. It was hard for us. So we want our son to understand that although he's lucky and, he is never going to have to want for nothing.
No.
Not everybody is like that.
No, not everyone is like that. And I'm going to hit a controversial one here, because it's a big community around here. But I know you've seen it. The traveller communities are awesome at that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, we've got a big B&M and a big Tesco just down the road from us. It's not that far from us. And every year you see them. They do. They fill up trolleys and they give back. Honestly, you can't fault them enough. You got Lad Baby doing the Trussell Trust and things like that. Try and do it local to your area. Like us, we're Hertfordshire based, so Hearts Young Homeless. That they helped us out. When we were young. That's always a close one to us.
So that's a good one as well. So like, say your cupboards will go to like food banks or the assisted living, or don't chuck it out. Like give it to someone that's actually going to use it. And then when you're decluttering your house, or if you're looking at your table thinking, oh, like I need a bigger one for Christmas, or you're looking at some furniture and you want to change it around a little bit before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or going into the new year, Hearts Young Homeless is in Hertfordshire, but you will have one in London, or even wherever you are based, there will be a local homeless charity.
Yeah.
And you can donate that stuff to that charity.
Like Step by Step in Hampshire. I forget the one in London. Salvation Army. All of them. Google them.
Yeah, so there are places that you can even give your furniture away to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of charity shops that are calling out for toys and things, because you have some families that will go to charity shops.
Yeah, screaming
and
out
buy
for them, aren't they?
For their children. Yeah. So if you're sorting out your old toys, charity shops are great to donate to. But an even better one, they also do. You might find your local, like, they're not advertised on where they are, but I don't know whether food banks will take donations for them. Women's refuges.
Oh yeah, and the mother baby units and things like that.
The mother and baby units and places like that. They, this time of year, sometimes people forget about them, but they need donations too. And obviously, hospitals, goes without saying.
Yeah.
Hospitals will always take donations. You'll usually find that inside the hospital, in the waiting room, they'll have a scan QR code for a wish list. So you might have stuff laying around your house that's on that wish list, or you might, want to give a little bit back and add to that wish list. But as we're on the topic of decluttering your home, if you've got anything that you're no longer going to use and you want to save some space, then just look for different places to donate it to, because
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
What you feel is not of significance to you could make someone's Christmas, could make someone's month. It really could.
And as we're on the topic of like decluttering, children's clothes as well. So
Yeah,
not
you
many
deal
people
with that, didn't you?
Yeah, not many people think of this, but I like to donate it to the nursery. So they obviously have lost property and they have clothes that they'll put your children in, and sometimes the parents will just forget to give them back, and then that load of clothes will go down. But nurseries are really good to donate clothes to. Again, even hospitals, anywhere really, mother and baby units, you might find that there's loads of different places. But even clothes you can donate, and if some people are a bit funny about donating things to charity shops because they don't want them to make money from it.
Well, you got the clothes bins as well.
Yes, this was a really good one.
We done a bit of like a minor clear out the other week, and it got a bit on into the evening, didn't it? The dump wasn't open. Nick turned around and went, clothes bin and recycling point. It's down the road. Let's go down there. And yeah, you don't think about it, but you should. You really should.
Because you don't want to leave your rubbish outside, and the bins are only collected every other week now for recycling and for the black bin.
Well, that's a hack for me now for Christmas, because all geezers go through it with young ones. The boxes, the wrapping paper, all that stuff. It usually sits out in our front garden for 2 days, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Unwrap it, chuck it in the front garden. Unwrap it, chuck it in the front garden, stacked up neatly. And then when we got that, we always get that one dry day, don't we? And that's usually my dump run. And then having to get up early in the morning
and queue up to go down the dump and to all out.
Every year so far I've met a celebrity, touch wood. That's been quite funny. But why am I going to do that when, personally, I'm not really that much of a big drinker, so getting on a lash all Christmas ain't for me. So I don't mind when a little man's gone to bed, jumping in the motor and taking it down to the recycling point.
And they're still around, so it might be at your local shops or near your local supermarket. They are everywhere, no matter where you are. But they'll have a clothes bin, they'll have a cardboard one, a glass one. They don't have your black bag one. You will have to go to the dump for that, but
it's one less car journey.
It is, and it is handy to just go and put it all in there.
Yeah, and it's getting disposed of properly.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have a clear out.
Yeah.
And it makes you, for me anyway, it makes you feel so much better.
Makes the house feel empty.
Ready to
what it does.
Yeah, it does make it feel empty.
And then we've done a little one. We'll do a big one before Christmas, big cull. Mainly because I'm not going anywhere this year, and I'm going to redecorate the house. So big decluttering there. Ready for a freshly painted house.
Yeah, we're going to have a freshen up, aren't we? Ready to go into the new year with it.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely. The second them decks come down, them paintbrushes are coming out.
Yeah, so we put our decks up quite early. So we like to think about starting to declutter now, because we put our decks up midway through November. Controversial, I know. But they're down.
It would be September if I let her. But
they're down. The day after Boxing Day.
Around about that, yeah.
We get them down. We don't like them up going through New Year's. We don't like them up going through New Year's. And we don't really like once Christmas is over, after Boxing Day, for us, that's it. It's done now.
It's done, then it's all just toys, isn't it? Just play with the toys.
Play with the toys, sorting all the toys out.
100 batteries.
And I think that if when you're sorting stuff out and you're going through everything in your kids' playroom or wherever you store the toys,
bedroom, yeah.
And you're thinking, God, what am I going to do with all the stuff for Christmas? Just
you will do
when when people are asking you, what should we buy them?
Yeah.
My advice would be anything you can pack away. That's now my rule of thumb. So anything that's not too big that can actually be packed away, whether that be dressing up, whether that be colouring books, paints, crafts, a day out's a good one.
Yeah, we covered that one in one of our last podcasts.
Yeah, we spoke about this. There's a whole episode on this. So if you're interested on it, go back for our podcast.
But also, from the age of 7, I'd say, they do have to go Henry cards now.
Yeah, they do.
Do the Go Henry cards. I mean, we've got a bank account for our son simply because we have family all over the world. We have friends up and down the country, and every year, every occasion, they all want to get him something because it's just what you do, innit? So, I mean, my best friend, my closest friend, lives up in Manchester, and he always wants to get Ted something, doesn't he? But he just goes, "Oh, can I just whack a tenner in his account?" Yeah, crack on, mate. Sweet. And then Ted can go and pick whatever he wants. And then all it takes is, "Oh yeah, all right, mate, you picked that, but we got to FaceTime Uncle Lou when you get home so you can show him what you got."
Just to say
thank you, yeah. But Go Henry cards, I think they're awesome.
And they also teach kids how to budget. We'll have to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
Like teaching kids how to
budget and how to learn the value
of money.
Yeah.
We'll have to do an episode of that, because even as a grown up, like it's
hard.
It's hard to budget and things. So we'll have to do a full segment on that. I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
And then when you're decluttering, you might have like a clothes, like we've spoken about clothes, but like a coats place as well. Like, don't think, oh, they're just coats and shoes, like I'm going to throw them out. Especially for children, you'll have some people that like genuinely can't afford to buy a winter coat.
Yeah.
And every child needs a winter coat. Like, they're things that when you don't have to think about it, you don't tend to think about it.
No, yeah, you have that for the children's ones. Yeah, definitely there'll be something on Google that you could have a look at. We'll research into that. I like the sound of that. But do you remember a few years ago? They still do it in a lot of places, but they had the lamppost thing around here.
What was that?
Do you remember if you had an old coat or an old hat, old scarf or whatever, you used to tie it around a lamppost for homeless people.
And then someone could take it.
Someone could take it, yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
But anyone can start that. Like, all you have to do is post on your local social media page, and then you will find the goodness of the community will also, go along with it as well. And even if you post on Facebook, like, free coats, free shoes, you'll have some people that might message you, and like it might be anonymous, and then they'll message you, and they might, they'll take it. School uniforms too.
Yeah.
Every school will have a second-hand school uniform.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed about it.
And either, buy the school uniform, of course, second-hand, but donate that as well. Like, you're condensing down everything ready to go into the new year fresh, I like to say.
Yeah.
And you're also doing good. And people should do good all year round, of course. But I feel like the winter is really the time that we
think about it the most, because we revert back to being in the flat, seeing our breath.
Yeah.
Winter was hard for us a couple of times.
Yeah, it was.
It was a struggle, so that's probably why it hits us harder. And decluttering and all that, and giving back, it's just good. It's just good.
I think winter was always our.
Yeah, do good things and good things will happen.
Yeah, of course.
Have one good deed a day. Just try.
Don't expect anything to come back.
Never expect it, and
good deed. But it's just nice to.
Never do it for personal gain either.
No.
That's just selfish.
Yeah.
Don't agree with that.
And some people might think, oh, like for homeless, we always, like we said, what we do.
Homeless hits hard.
Yeah, we'll have to do a segment on that, but. They are, there's going to be a lot of homeless people out. There is around our area, at least.
Yeah.
And yes, an awful lot of homeless people are on drugs.
There's a reason for that.
And they are drinking, but don't dismiss them. Like, just because they're in that situation in their life doesn't mean they couldn't do with a coffee or couldn't do with a chat or a hat or whatever it is. Like, don't think, oh, you have money to buy drugs, or you have money to do this.
Everyone's got a story, and it's up to them whether they want to tell it. Don't judge. Just, there's still a person there. There's still someone's son. There's still someone's dad. That's still someone's mum. still someone's daughter. You know, they were once a little person, a little kid with the world ahead of them. Circumstances put them in that situation, which could happen to anyone. Don't judge.
And they never probably expected their life to be like this.
No.
And if anyone does walk past, the homeless and kind of think, like, stick their nose up almost, they're going to feel as degraded. They feel degraded already. I'm sure of it. So if you take 2 minutes out of your day to just smile or say hello or
chuck them a fag,
give
them a vape.
Yeah, like
like that couple of quid in your pocket that you don't. It's just gonna be shrapnel stuck on your side. Give it to them.
And if they spend it on drugs, they spend it on drugs. But that is why we will buy a coffee and a hat, and that is why we will actually give them things, because we don't
actually go out and buy the hat. So what we've always done is, like Nick said, we've always gone to London and we've always gone to like Hamleys. But something that we've always done since we first got together was go to Trafalgar Square, because in Trafalgar Square they've got like this like
Christmas market.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas market. But there's a stall on there. He's been there for over 10 years now, and I can vouch for that because we've done it for 10 years in a row.
Yeah, he's always there.
He's always there, and it's a lucky dip, and you got the £3 lucky dip, and you got the £5 lucky dip. So back in the day, like Nick said, we were broke, so we used to buy. Well, it started off, we bought a £3 lucky dip and a £5 lucky dip, right? And then the £3 lucky dip, it was all like bracelets and cheap rings and that, and we were like, bargain. Nick's got 1,000 sisters. There's a couple.
Sorry, girls.
There's a couple of stocking fillers,
that's right? A few of your little presents came from.
and then in the £5 one, it was always like a hat, a pair of gloves, and again more bracelets and crap, weren't it? It was crap.
It was tap, wasn't it?
The hats were always warm and the gloves were always thick.
Yeah.
So again, we took all the tat and gave it to Nick's sisters. And then the hat and the gloves, neither of us two wanted them. We were a bit like, what's that? And then we saw a homeless guy. We were like, he had no hat on and he had no gloves. So we said, here, mate, do you want that?
And now it's become a thing.
And now it's a thing, yeah. But that's where that came from, and it's quite cool when you look back.
It's a nice little memory, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. What's next?
So I thought that we'd just touch on a little bit just the booking of Santa, grottos, pumpkins,
everything that's coming up.
Basically everything that's coming up. Yeah,
it's a busy time of year.
First, you've got, obviously there's loads of pumpkin patches. People love to go to a pumpkin patch. It's really Instagram worthy. You put your kids on a hay bale and you take a picture and they're in lovely autumny clothes. If that's, you know
what makes me laugh?
What?
Where you go to the pumpkin patch and they have Tesco's labels on the pumpkins.
Yes, that's very true. And they're charging. I found out what they charge.
God.
Apparently, like the bigger pumpkins are between like £10 to £20.
Wow.
Like you have to pick it yourself.
Wow.
And you can't even carve it there.
You know what? We've only been to one proper pumpkin patch. Let's see if you remember where the first proper pumpkin patch was. The only proper pumpkin patch that we've ever been to.
I can't remember.
Only natural one.
Where?
Vaudreuil-en-Brie in France. Do you remember? Walking through the pumpkin fields.
Yes,
and the sweet corn fields. That was mad, weren't it?
Yeah, I remember walking through the sweet corn fields.
You don't remember the pumpkin? It was a big pumpkin patch. Huge pumpkin patch.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was all like spindling off the vines and all that. You don't remember the sweet corn fields because we nicked a load.
Yeah, we did nick a load. We were like really scared that the farmer was going to come out. We were like nicking these sweet corns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the pumpkin patches. You can go to like there's one called the Pop-Up Farm. There's a few different ones around.
All over the place,
They're all over the place. Just Google, but don't knock have a look at farms and like mainly farms. Just have a look at them, your local farm, because I guarantee you they will all be doing some kind of Halloween event, and they will have a small, and it's not going to be as Instagram worthy, but they're going to have a small pumpkin patch. There's one that we like to go to called Aldenham Country Park.
Awesome.
And it's
also known as Winnie the Pooh Woods.
Yeah, they've got a Winnie the Pooh Woods there too.
It's in Boreham Wood.
Boreham Wood it is, in Hertfordshire, just on the outskirts of London. And you have the tickets for the farm, the pumpkin patch. You can pick and carve your pumpkin there, which is great because you don't have to bring all the mess home. And for a family of 3, 2 adults, 1 child, it's £30, like £35, and that includes animal feed. Like that is, I think, for a day out at a farm and picking a pumpkin and bringing it home and doing it all there, I think that's a really good price. Yeah,
they have so much more there than like. It's quite hard to explain because they've got loads of like different activities going on.
Yeah, and
we've done it. We've done it every year since Ted was a baby. So.
And even if you haven't got children and you're just like in a couple and want a date day, it's a lovely thing to do, like as a couple.
Yeah, you got the hay bale rides and all that.
Yeah, you've got a tractor ride. You can go and feed the animals. You can go. You might not want to do the Winnie the Pooh walk, but they do have a lake there. A big lake that you can walk around there. Yeah,
the Winnie the Pooh walk's wicked.
It is, but that might be a good like date thing as well. Yeah. So even if you haven't got children, that's a nice place to go to, rather than just putting the children in a field to pick a pumpkin. There's so many to choose from.
I bet Jimmy's farm does it as well. Love Jimmy's farm.
What, up in Ipswich?
Yeah.
Yeah, any farm probably would because they've got the space.
Yeah, zoos.
To just put the pumpkins out. Zoos will probably do it too. Don't just think, I'm just going to go to a pumpkin patch. There are other options out there.
Yeah, that was the other thing that Nick didn't mention is, like she said, on a pumpkin patch, you pick a pumpkin and you pay for that pumpkin, I suppose, yeah? I don't know, we've never done it.
Yeah.
Whereas at Aldenham Country Park, you can pick whatever pumpkin you want. It could be the size of this table. It could be about that big. It's all included in the price.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size pumpkin you pick.
Yeah, you just pick that pumpkin and you carve it up.
That pumpkin,
go into a little tent, they've got music and that playing. It's pretty cool.
It is nice. I love it. A really nice experience.
Yeah.
Definitely get some wellies. And don't put your kids in all matching nice outfits because they're just going to get ruined.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say this before we move on to like booking for Santa. This is going to be really controversial.
Go on.
But you know them parents that like have all the aesthetically pleasing like decorations and then they want to like match their children to them decorations and then they only have like beiges out and their kid can only like wear beige. I'm not being funny, it's Halloween. Like if your child wants to wear a Frankenstein costume out, go and pick a pumpkin, put him in some welly boots and a rain mat, and let him run wild.
A muddy kid is a happy kid.
Yeah, and don't be worrying about they've got mud on their new outfit. Who cares? It's your fault for putting them in the new outfit.
A bit of Ariel, bosh, done.
Yeah, let them enjoy themselves.
We don't care. We'll have a fag and a coffee and we'll walk around and let our boy just run riot.
Yeah, well, not run. We don't just let him run.
Not like rat shit, but like we just let him go and have fun. Just go and
get muddy.
Go and get muddy.
That's why you're in a field.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you whining.
No.
Get on with it.
So, to all the mums out there that are matching their kids to their aesthetically pleasing house, especially at this time of the year,
just let them be a kid.
Just let them be a child. Yeah. Stop posting your pictures on Instagram trying to be aesthetically pleasing.
And then that moves us on to firework night as well. Again, firework night's big. I'm big on it. I'm so big on it.
He loves it.
I love firework night.
You're a boy and you like to blow stuff up.
That isn't it.
What is it?
That isn't it. And the fact that you don't know upsets me.
What is it? The tradition of it?
It is. I am a through and through British patriot, right? Bonfire night is our night. It's Guy Fawkes trying to blow up Parliament. You know, it's what we need right now. But there's a sense of British history there that I was brought up in different countries all over. I was taught so many different parts of history, and with the diversity and everything that goes on today in schools and everything, we didn't really have that much growing up. So we did learn a lot about British history. Nowadays, that's dipped out a little bit because of all the different cultures and everything. I'm fully for it. Brilliant, broaden the kids' minds. My son is British, and he's going to learn about his heritage.
Yeah.
And he's going to hold pride with that because it's not racist and it's not right wing. That is his culture.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And Guy Fawkes is part of our culture. That's why it's such a big thing to me. Halloween is an American thing. Christmas, if you actually look at it, I'm pretty sure it's like Dutch or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, that comes from like European. Guy Fawkes is the British holiday. Like St. George's Day, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. For the Irish, St. George's Day. For the English, St. George's Day, fireworks night are our two holidays.
Yeah, and there'll be loads of places that will do fireworks displays quite cheap too.
Cheap or free?
Cheap or free.
Every school does it. Most schools do it.
Football clubs do it.
The football club ones ain't that good though, are they?
But our favourite
is Castleberry Park in Watford, and that also takes me back to Aldershot because Aldershot used to have Manor Park, and I'm pretty sure they still do it.
And it's a free event.
It's a free event run by the local authority.
Yep, like you can do a donation, you know, when you first walk in, and we like to donate, and it can be whatever you can afford. You don't have to donate anything if you don't want to.
It's just a free night out.
And the fireworks there are absolutely brilliant. They are so good.
If you take London on New Year's Eve and whacked it in a park in Hertfordshire, that's what you got.
It is so good.
It's
so
mad.
Watford, Castleberry Park is our place to go. And I honestly think that if you want a nice... And I mean, it's quite dark. And there was more stalls there last year than the year before. It's starting to get a little bit bigger.
The stalls are getting bigger. I mean, I read the thing last week. 40,000 people last year.
Really? Like it is massive. Take a flashlight if you're going to go. But it is brilliant.
You don't even need a flashlight because everyone's walking down with their spinny, flashy things.
We do like it.
Yeah.
The Castleberry Park fireworks, don't we?
Yeah, it's awesome. One thing that Nick does do, and love it, she goes on Temu or Amazon or whatever and gets a load of glow sticks, and we cover Ted head to toe with glow sticks. Yeah,
we do. Like, I put him in a snowsuit and then I literally put glow sticks on his legs and on his arms and I make one around his neck because it is really dark and you want to be able to see your child.
Yeah.
And I can see him.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
He is glowing.
And even though he's full, we still take reins out to that event because it is dark. It's a
big.
long walk. It's big. It's in a big field. You know, there are a lot of people. So if your child will wear them, then take a buggy or take reins.
But yeah, speak to your schools, get on local Facebook groups, check your rugby clubs, your football clubs, check your cricket clubs, anything grassroots. Get down there, support them. It's only a couple of quid. That's your local teams. Whether you like the sport or not, or whether you like the school or not, or whether you like the park or not, just get down there. It's a cheap night out. It's a cracking night out, and it's supporting local businesses.
Okay, and finally,
booking to see Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah.
We are seeing Santa this year, but we're also seeing someone else.
We're seeing the Grinch. The Grinch.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But booking to see Santa. Get down your
local garden centres.
Garden centre, that's the one. Garden centres, village halls. Remember we took him to the one in Nebworth?
Yes, there's village halls that do them too.
Village halls. Most local charities will do something to do with Santa.
Yep. Garden centres though. Garden centres are great.
Garden centres are wicked, yeah.
And then some hotels even do it too.
Yeah.
We do love Hamleys. We are going to Hamleys this year, but we're not going to see Santa at Hamleys this year. We're going to Hansel and Gretel's Sweet and Ice Cream Parlour in Camden, and we're going to go and meet the Grinch at the Grinch's Grotto, which we're really looking forward to. Because I think it's nice to do something slightly different.
Yeah. I mean, my parents take the grandkids every year so far. They took them on a train, They went on a train, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so
But-
like that's another thing. Like they take them on a train.
Yeah, not this year, but they took them on. They've taken.
And it
them.
wasn't the Polar Express. It was like a cheaper one.
Yeah, it's a cheaper one. Also, wicked though. They always come back with a good present.
Yeah.
And Ted always came back happy. And my nephew always come back happy as well, didn't he? So
You've got Toby Carvery too. They do breakfast with Santa.
yeah, we done that breakfast with Santa, didn't we?
We done that with my mum.
Yeah.
And that wasn't actually very expensive.
That was pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
And they get like a little bag, and then you have breakfast, and then they go and meet Santa. Like you don't actually have breakfast with Santa.
No, your mum took the kids in, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go and you have breakfast as a family, and then you go into the grotto, and then you go see Santa, and that even isn't very expensive. So have a look at your local pubs and stuff, because they might be doing that too. Also, John Lewis, they tend to do a day, like a John Lewis grotto. They done one last year.
Let me just point out, John Lewis around here isn't like all the other John Lewises in the country, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is like the biggest John Lewis.
Oh, well, we have a really big John Lewis.
Yeah.
But have a look. M&S might do it too.
Yeah, shopping centres.
Shopping centres, of course. Yeah, shopping centres do it. And then just have a look, because the things are getting booked up really quickly.
Yeah.
So now's your time to like book them if you want to go. And
Social clubs as well.
Social clubs. So if you want to go on the cheaper side of things, like the Hamleys that we've done, I would say that's not.
Hamleys is a once in a lifetime experience.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. It's a bit like Disneyland. We went skint every year to do that, but it is a once in a lifetime experience.
It is brilliant,
Definitely.
and the more children you have, the more expensive it is. But if you have got the money to spend it, I would 100% recommend it. Like it's not just going to see Santa. You get like up to half an hour with him. You get to meet an elf. They have a whole
Like a
magical
workshop.
experience in a private, like it's all like a private room, and they really do make it just so magical. And then you go through. I don't want to reveal too much. But
No,
they change
you say
it
that.
every
Yeah,
year.
they change it every year.
They
don't
do change it every year, but
you go up onto the middle story sort of thing where the Build-A-Bear is. Don't get sucked into the Build-A-Bear. We've done that once. That was horrific, weren't it?
it was so hot.
Oh,
we were
my
literally
God.
melting.
But you go up, and then like you spot it from a mile off because there's these elves everywhere, and they're proper in character as well. Like they're not.
They never leave character.
No, they're not like stroppy little teens that are like, oh, I hate this job. No, they're proper like in character elves. They get the kids involved while you're queuing up and waiting, and then you go into this room. You expect to go into like a Santa's grotto bit, but there's always something there,
It's
like
the
an
elf
elf workshop in it, and it's different every time. Last year was a mad one, wasn't it? It had this mad machine contraption thing in there, and then ding dong doorbell goes, and like somewhere in that room.
Door.
Yeah, somewhere in that room. No, it was a hidden one last year.
Oh yeah.
But somewhere in that room, something opens up, and then boom, you're in like this mad Santa's grotto with this amazing Santa.
So good.
So good. It
So
is really
good.
cool. Yeah.
So yeah, if you can afford that, then I would 100% recommend it. But the budget ones, I would say,
They're just as good.
would be shopping centres,
Yeah.
social clubs,
Yeah. Garden centres.
garden centres. They would be my three, and village halls.
Village halls. Yeah.
They would be my three that I would say are the most cost-effective ones to go and see Santa. Sometimes they're even free. Okay, should we get into 3 and 30?
3 and 30. What are we doing 3 and 30 on?
So 3 and 30 best ways to declutter your home.
Right. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Done. Pens down, bro.
Okay, I didn't finish it, but I can still say it.
Right. You go first.
Okay. So 3 and 30 best hacks to declutter your home, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Right, let's go. So my first one, we start on one room at a time.
Yeah.
Don't be moving around, bish, bash, bosh, like zigzagging it around the house, because otherwise you end up like me and you end up in a mess of tact and clutter and not knowing what to do with it all. And also I get very, very sidetracked. Like I will start decluttering one room and then I'll find like a picture album or a memory box, and then I'll spend the next half an hour looking through that, and then my phone might ping, and then I'll be like, oh, have a little scroll. By the time I know it, 2 hours passed, and I'm looking around the house, and I haven't actually done anything, and it's just an absolute bomb site. So don't be like Nick and stick to one room at a time. Don't get distracted along the way.
Yep. So annoying.
Number 2, get rid of the kids, and I don't mean actually like get rid of the kids. Like, don't do that. This is a beautiful time of year for families and for children. I mean, like, either if you're like me and you prefer to tidy by yourself, then get your partner, your family, your friends, whoever, even just for a day, like, just get the kids out the house so you have the space to just sort stuff out.
Not only that, you and Ted will end up playing with something, so.
Yeah, we both are terrible. We would get distracted. And if you don't use it, get rid of it. Like, give it away, donate it. You know, if you don't use it, if you haven't used it in the past 6 months, are you going to use it?
Close.
Then if not, ship it off somewhere else.
I got the 3-month rule.
Oh, 3, that's a bit savage, 3 months. Because like, you don't use your winter coats.
I ain't used it in 3 months, bin it, yeah, but that's different, isn't it? You backpack that, and that goes away for the winter. Number 2, be brutal. Be brutal. If it's broken, or if you ain't going to use it, or you haven't used it, bin it, get rid of it, give it away, do whatever. You
have to be brutal.
Be brutal.
Yeah.
3rd is bin the wife.
Bin the wife? Hold up right here. Okay, so let me tell you guys. Here you go. This will be our story time.
Alright, go on.
Let me tell you guys. He says get rid of the wife in the 3 and 30 hacks, right? He has a garage. He has a shed. You have rubbish up in the loft. He literally has stuff everywhere.
All over the gap.
And you say get rid of the wife. And then I'll say to him, oh, okay, so can we get some decks down? I don't know where they are. What do you mean you don't know where they are? Do you know how many times he's sorted out our shed? It looks exactly the same. I won't go in there.
It doesn't.
Like, I will refuse to go in there. I have no idea what's in there. You have no order method to the way that you put away things.
I know where everything is.
Then why when I ask for something, do you not know where it is?
I did.
Whether it's in the shed, the garage, the loft.
Because the Halloween decks are there.
Yeah, that was out of luck, guys. He hoped that they were up in the loft. He went up there hoping they were up there. Luckily, yes, they were up there. That's not the point. I am not the one that creates clutter. I actually blame your parents.
Yeah.
Because every time we go there, we always end up with something.
Yeah.
And then you take after your dad with his sheds.
Yeah.
Sorry, Greg, but they're excessive.
They're not.
The sheds.
That's inheritance.
Okay. Don't make out like you haven't said you're dreading clearing them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now he's gone quiet.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'll tell you what, she says this. When it comes to it, we need something. He's got it.
Yeah, he has.
He's got it. So.
But you don't have to adopt his, like...
Yeah, I do. Because he's a dad. He's a dad, isn't he?
Yeah, but you don't have to adopt, like, the amount of stuff that you keep.
Yeah. One day it'll come in.
Who needs 10 sleeping bags for camping?
Well, you never know how hot or cold it's going to be when you go camping.
Aren't they all the same?
No, they're not. They're different. And this is what you don't understand.
Lord help me. I will remember that when you say to me, you don't need another pair of shoes.
That's different.
You don't need another dress. They all feel different.
Right.
They all look different.
All right.
So that's being taken and going straight in my pocket for another day.
What's the riddle? Riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
Ready?
I'm ready, baby.
DJ Brad in the house.
Yes. Check 1 2 1 2 inside. Hold tight, the garage crew. Brah.
Wicked.
My jungle is massive. Right.
Okay. Oh, I just dropped my lid. Okay. What can you never respond to when you're doing? So if wait, let me get the question.
Yeah, I don't feel like you said that right.
What question can you never answer yes to when you're doing it? So if I ask you a question, the response either has to be yes or no, but you can't answer the question when you're doing it. What question can you never answer yes to when you're doing it? Have you got it?
Yeah. Is it, do you agree?
No.
What is it?
So if I ask you, are you asleep? If you're doing it, you can't answer.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That is good. Yeah, I like that one. That one stumped me. Definitely.
What? Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? I
Yeah.
thought so too.
Right.
Oh, I'm proud of you, myself. I stumped you.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
What starts at Z and ends at A?
What starts at Z and ends at A?
Give you 30 seconds.
A zebra.
Well done. Well done.
It's my first one. Get in.
Well done.
Oh, I got one and you didn't.
Yeah, well done.
Not competitive at all.
That's 1 out of 6.
Okay.
No, well done.
You're not keeping scores.
Well done.
That one was okay. That one's quite easy.
Alright, do you want me to find you another one?
No.
Find you another one.
No, thank you.
Let me find you another
No,
one.
I don't want another one.
Yeah, you have another one.
I think we need to get a scoreboard too. Need a little scoreboard up here.
Let's throw one out.
If anyone's got any other ideas on like any other segments we can do,
Oh, here you go. Here's one that will fit into
then
this.
let us know. Go on.
What can be given but can never be sold?
What can be given but never sold?
I don't know about this because I feel like you can sell it. But what can be given but can never be sold?
Love.
No.
No.
Advice.
I was close.
He was close.
I think you should give me that.
No.
You can sell advice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. That one's not a true riddle.
Right. So, recap.
So, decluttering your home. Don't throw it. Give it away.
Yeah.
Donate it. We spoke about assisted living facilities. We spoke about hospitals, women's refuges, mother and baby units, charities. What else did we speak about?
Get your pumpkin picking and that booked in. Get your firework night booked in. Get your Christmas things booked in now.
Yeah, get all that sorted booked in.
That's about it, really. That's about it, really. Thank you for listening. Like, follow, subscribe.
And let us know if you want us to cover anything on our next segment.
And we'll see you next week, James.
Will we?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, he's going to watch us next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're only saying it to wind up Leo. I'm probably going to crop this bit out anyway.
Oh, that's me. Don't be mean.
Okay. Thanks, guys. And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Love you. Just say bye. Just say bye. Just say the words bye. Just say bye. Bye, guys.